Good evening. I brought a couple people with me I'd like to introduce real quick. My mom, Bess Newhouse, is here, and my stepdad, Ron. I call him my stepdad. He's like my father. They've been together since my freshman year of high school. And tell you how long I've been on the department. Megan is here. She's 25, and she has 2 children of her own. She was 3 months old when I hired on. And then Christina's here with her boyfriend, Brady. Mayor, City Council, before you this evening, feeling blessed and privileged to have served the citizens of Lincoln for the past 25 years. I'm here to announce I'm going to retire from the Lincoln Police Department effective August 15th. I've served under 6 police chiefs since 1989, and I'm grateful to have served under one of my best friends, Chief Michael Geriets. Lincoln Police Department's come a long way since my first day on the job. I remember we used to handwrite our reports, and if the report didn't have a coffee stain on it, Assistant Chief Tom Maurer at the time, he'd make sure it had one by the time he got done reviewing the report. He'd say, you know, that report doesn't look like a police report without a coffee stain on it. He was quite the joker at times, but other times he was very serious. I've watched as the evolution of technology has changed in policing. I remember taking crime scene photographs with Polaroid cameras, shaking the film, waiting for the picture to develop. Then came the bag phones, and then smaller cell phone technology. Then came video cameras and mobile data computers in every squad car. Desktop computers, they replaced our typewriters in a squad room. We replaced old wheel guns. We used to carry the .357 revolvers with speed loaders to semi-automatic pistols. I've seen the implementation of tasers, allowing police to take control of resisting suspects, thereby reducing the risk of serious injury to the officer and the arrestee. By doing so, we also reduce civil liability on the city and the department by having to use less physical force to subdue an offender, which also resulted in less workman compensation claims by our officers. I've had the privilege of working undercover narcotics with the Illinois State Police for 3 years and attending the FBI National Academy. I taught our 6th grade students and freshmen in high school through the DARE program. Teaching our youth was probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in my entire career, but there were many. I have many rewards and many stories. I'd like to share this one. I remember a situation in which a neighbor was witnessing a domestic battery in progress from his bedroom window. He called 911. When I arrived, the male suspect was soaked with sweat, as if he had just had the best workout of his life. Unfortunately, his workout was beating his girlfriend, all because her grandmother came to the house, set her purse on his new stereo speakers, and scratched them. She was bitten multiple times, beaten with his fist. He even broke a whiskey bottle over her forehead. She required multiple stitches. The beating lasted for hours. You have no idea how close I came to losing my job that night. I wanted to hurt him just as he hurt her, but I didn't. I had a job to do. I called for an ambulance for the female victim and arrested the male without incident. As I was placing him in the squad car, she was simultaneously being placed on an ambulance gurney when he yelled to her, "I love you," and she yelled, "I love you too." I was really confused. He later was convicted and sentenced to prison. About 6 months later, I was off duty walking through Walmart when I was approached by a female and her mother. She asked if I remembered her. I didn't. She proceeded to tell me about the incident that I just described to you. She looked nothing like the night she did the night I saw her getting into that ambulance. Excuse me. She thanked me for saving her life and hugged me. She said she ended things with him shortly after the incident. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do what we do. Rewards such as this make it all worthwhile. But I want to make something clear here. I'm not the hero. If it wasn't for the real hero, the neighbor who called 911, this situation could have been much different. The heroes here are the citizens of this community who witness a crime and call 911. All of you have a very different job than I. The decisions you make on this council affect everyone in the city of Lincoln. I know that economic development plays a huge part in the sustainability of our community. Having said that, if our crime rates increase and crime goes unpunished, what family or what business would want to move here? We recently lost a position after an officer submitted his resignation due to an unexpected deficit in our budget. The decision was made not to replace the officer at this time. I completely understand that. I've seen municipalities try to save money by eliminating positions through attrition. This practice is not cost effective. When we reduce our staff policing the city, we reduce the services that our citizens have come to expect. I am grateful for the support that this council has shown the police department over the years. Please continue the support of our police department by keeping manpower at safe levels of operation. I truly feel blessed for the opportunity I had to serve this community. I'm confident that the Lincoln Police Department will continue to maintain a professional police force by providing continued education for our officers and holding officers accountable for their actions as well. As an administrator, you're only as good as the men and women who work for you. I am proud of our department, and leaving this agency is like moving away from family. I have great memories of 25 years of service. Again, thank you all for your past and continued support of the police department and my position as Deputy Chief. God bless all of you.
Thank you, Mike. Wasn't planning on doing this tonight because I didn't think this would get here in time. Pathetics. Well, late gift. Kind of funny for a bunch of cops. Like the crybabies.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. It is with great pleasure that I award you Michael L. Geriets, the Lincoln Police Department Medal of Merit. The Medal of Merit is based upon your 25 dedicated years of service to the Lincoln Police Department and to the citizens and the city of Lincoln. In those 25 years, you served the Lincoln Police Department as a patrolman, as a narcotics inspector, a corporal, a sergeant, and ultimately as a deputy chief. In all of these roles, you have served with enthusiasm and a desire to see serve justice served. For the last 4 years, you have served as my deputy chief. I was able to count on your honest opinion and your ability to see different sides of a problem. For those 24 years, you have stood beside me as a friend and a brother in arms as we battled against those who would do evil. The officers of the Lincoln Police Department and the people of Lincoln were in good hands whenever you were called upon to serve and protect. Finally, I thank you for bringing smiles to people's faces, your ability to relate to anyone, anywhere, anytime, and for most of all, your friendship. You will be missed, but I know that you will continue to serve elsewhere. Safe travels, my friend.
Mike, we want to thank you for all your years of service to the city, to the people, and to the council. You served well, served with dedication, and you certainly owe a lot to you. Thank you. Other comments?
I'll just say that in living with someone who shares a similar passion for serving the constituents of Lincoln and Logan County and who has taken the oath to protect and serve, I'm very, very grateful for your dedicated service and the time and the commitment that you've put into this community, and you will be missed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, thank you.
I just wanted to say that my husband and I have known Michael for, oh my, I guess back when Dad was chasing him around with the yardstick. And he He is without a doubt one to be very proud of. I'm sure his father would be very, very proud of him. And I know I am, and I will miss you.
Thank you.
We wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much. I look for good things to come. You guys come. Adios.